North Carolina, get in here, get in here, get in here, because I told y'all Turkey Neck Tom was going to torch this shit. Because at this point, it is, go big or go home. And the thing is, Tom has, of course, announced his retirement, that he is not going to seek re-election in the upcoming primaries. However, the fact that he is having his hand forced, baby, he is like, if I go down, we all go down, and I'm getting ready to, let all the shit hang out. Because he was like, how do I tell 663,000 people that in about 2 to 3 years, Don Don's promise is going to return empty results, meaning that the funding is not there anymore. There will be no money for Medicaid and things. Because what y'all don't understand is these tax cuts that they are trying to push to make permanent, Don Don's tax cuts from his first presidency, they're going to expire at the end of this year. So they have to do what they have to do to make these tax cuts permanent. But when you're doing tax cuts, it's not a free thing. I don't care what anybody tells you. Tax cuts are not a free thing. You have to give a lot to get a little bit. And here's the thing. They're going to take a lot, meaning $900 billion out of Medicaid, to give them these tax cuts that they're going to, see. Now, here's the thing. Big T ain't taking this shit lying down, because he got on his great value Twitter or whatever, and he was just like, I'm starting to interview challengers and all the things, and I'll have you primaried and this, that, and the third. And that's where everybody's like, oh, that's why he's doing this, because Don Don said he's going to primary him. Let me explain something to you. Primarying him means he's just going to try to get, someone to run against him. It just means he's going to try to influence the voters. This is your time to get yourself educated, to understand what is happening, because he can't do that. This is the will of the people. Y'all need to make sure all your shit is in a row. Start looking at your polling place. It may change by the time, it goes to voting, but at least start looking into that so you know what to do. Also, make sure that your ID and stuff is current and things so that you can get ready to vote. Start looking at your registration, making sure that you hadn't been purged from the rolls. All of these things, because a lot of y'all are talking about, oh, there's not going to be, any elections and all the things. Yes, because you have Miami, who has, changed the year of their election. Monroe, North Carolina did the same thing. Listen, these dudes are too proud peacock, ready to strut their stuff. There's gonna be primaries. Now, of course, Don Don, of course, is, dangling carrots of people that he thinks is gonna, represent North Carolina, because he says North Carolina just needs great representation. All so no, we needed that money for WNC. That's what they needed. But anyways, Tom was just like, look, this shit is inescapable. He was like, what their actions were to try to say that they were going to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse, but they actually eliminated a program called the provider tax. So what he is saying is, don't get yourself lulled into a false sense of reality, because even though, if they pass this bill and there are cuts to Medicaid and things, it's not going to happen right away. And most people will be like, well, see, it's not even that bad. No, they're going to get onto the other side of primaries. And then that's when the cuts are going to hit. And then by that time, most of them are going to be on their way out the door. So it's just like they got what they needed and they're out. And now you're stuck holding the bag. Understand something. We're going to talk about this again. Even if you do not receive Medicaid, even if you do not receive SNAP, it is still going to affect you, because Medicaid is what holds these nursing homes. Me, mom, peepaw. If you ain't got a little corner at the house for them to be at, I suggest you call them senators and be like, I know the fuck you won't. Um, Same thing. Social workers. This is a piece that a lot of people are not talking about. Those are the people that help you find the resources and things so that you can take care of me, mom, people, so that you can, somehow bridge the gap for, some of y'all whose ends are barely even waving, at least recognize each other. These things are absolutely necessary. And yes, don't sit here and think, oh, because Tom then found a spine, stole a spine, whatever he done did. Because we not gonna forget, just not even a week or so ago, he was talking about upholding the directives of the president and making sure these things move forward. It's not about, him caring about the people. It's about the fact of his legacy is now his hand is being forced, because he's saying, oh, I'm just going to go home and be with the love of my life and all other stuff. I wouldn't be hard pressed to see a scandal come out within like 2 weeks, because y'all know how they do. Whenever they start talking about their family, oh, baby, it's some dark secret somewhere. And I feel like that's what's being held over this man's head. And this is why he's just like, well, you know what? I'm going to go big or I'm going to go home. And I'm pretty sure if there is one, he better had a conversation at the house, or it's going to be something else going on. But y'all, this shit right here, when I tell you this is better than any other reality show that y'all could ever watch, because this shit actually affects you, but still. understand something. He's not doing this for the constituents. He's doing it for himself. But it's amazing. But again, America's not a real place, and let the little angry white men get angry, and baby, they'll torch this shit down to the ground. Cause tonight.